Hi, this is Laura Jeffrey, founder of startyourweddingbusiness.com, and today I'd like to share with you a little tip that I've got for those of you who are in the early days of starting up your wedding business, and for those of you who might be struggling with having a few too many things to think about all at once. When I think back to when I started my first wedding business, I really did have struggles sleeping at night because I had so many ideas and so many thoughts pinging around my mind, and it was quite difficult to keep a track actually of what I wanted to do and what I was being inspired to think about. So something that I found that really helped me was having a mood board created on Pinterest, which is the way I did it. You might want to go down the route of creating an actual physical board or a mood box if you like to put things into, if you prefer kind of more tactile ways. But for me, I used a Pinterest board and I created a business mood board. And what I collated there was a selection of things that inspired me, not necessarily things which directly became part of my business, but things that made me feel kind of inspired to create my business in the early days. So what I was doing was getting snips together of things like companies that represented quality to me, for example, or that looked really like their brand was really cohesive and you could tell that it was being professionally run. So that's what I wanted to do in the early days, was get all my thoughts into one place. So I created a mood board and I had on there things like colours that I liked, or kind of textures that I liked on websites. I took pictures from different places that kind of made me feel like it was something that would make my business look good in the early days. And it helped me to kind of solidify what kind of brand I wanted, because I had so many ideas in the early days and the ideas don't always mesh together very well. So you might be loving a certain kind of font or a certain kind of colour scheme, but you might be liking 3 different colour schemes that really aren't going to work well together. So getting them all pinned onto one board will really help your eye to see what fits well together, and it also brings that character of your brand to life. So, for me, I love the brand Oliver Bonus. It's a UK fashion store. They do beautiful clothing and lovely home furnishings, that kind of thing. And I remember when I was setting up my business, I loved looking at their website and thinking, how beautifully cohesive it was and how modern it looked. And I kind of thought that's how I'd like my brand to be. I'd like to have that level of professionalism. So that kind of went onto my mood board as one of my inspiring companies, if you like. But of course, it could be anyone. It could be Nike or any massive brand, or even television shows that might inspire you, characters, anything that inspires you to breathe life into your company, to give it a character and an identity and a brand. So that's where you want to get to. So that's today's tip, is get yourself a Pinterest board or a physical board or a mood box and start putting things together to build up your identity for your company, and it will make it so much easier for you to start building that brand up. So good luck. I've created you a printable, a workbook, so you can get that by clicking down on the link and fill it out, see what springs up for you, and we look forward to hearing what kind of businesses you're creating.